Have you ever wondered why someone is so usually quiet? Well, mostly it's not because they don't have anything to say, but have you also thought about it that they could be enjoying what they're saying right now? Mostly in a group setting, when someone is quiet, they're probably absorbing everything around them, observing and trying to think deeply and feel deeply about every conversation and be able to understand it better, because that is their own way of trying to enjoy their presence or enjoy the moment with people around them. I've noticed so many narratives that gravitate towards the fact that they may just be rude, or they're trying to be mysterious just to get people to like them, or people are just trying to get attention, because sometimes the only quiet person in a group setting gets some attention and people ask questions like, are you okay, or is something wrong with you? According to stats, approximately 25% to 40 people of the global population are introverts. Therefore, that very usually quiet person amongst you may be an introvert. Who is an introvert? Someone who finds comfort in solitude, or usually regains their energy or recharges when they are in silence. I have had this question so many times, people asking me multiple times a day if I am doing okay, and usually what they don't notice is that I have my books in front of me, or I have an earpiece listening to something, and I'm just enjoying my alone time, learning new things and just being who I am. Even being an introvert myself, I have wondered why others are usually so super quiet, like most of the time, and are not very engaging in so many things. Because I feel like even as an introvert, I try to at least engage a little bit to fit in, and that was absolutely the wrong thing to do. And by the way, in the sense of context, or to try to explain further and let you know that there are different kinds of introverts. So you can check, you can take an MBTI test and find out if you already feel like you may be an introvert. You may take an MBTI test and know the kind of introverts that you are. I am an INFJ, where I am intuitive, feeling, and judging. Not judging in the sense of judging people wrongly, but then I notice even the smallest details, and I feel deeply about a lot of things like connections, conversations, or moods, or turns, or environment in general. The truth is, some people may be quiet when they have things bothering them, or things are going badly for them somewhere, but when they are usually quiet and it looks like a habit, something that is part of them, that is when we can actually put them in the introverted category, where we can think more about that trait being connected to who they are and how they feel about the world in general. So for me, I choose depth over quick responses. I want to truly stay quiet, listen, observe, and understand whatever is going on around me, because trying to move quickly at the pace of other people and matching their energies may drain me like very quickly. So instead of trying to respond quickly and trying to be more engaged and throw my energy out there, and in other case, for some people that makes them feel more seen and more energized, makes them feel good, I would like to be the one who is sitting a little bit backwards, not literally, but to understand and to feel deeply, replay conversations, and know how I can chip in with my thoughts or my opinions. If you're someone who wishes that people could understand better that being quiet is not because you don't have anything to say, you're being dismissive, or you're disconnected, or trying to be mysterious in order to be liked, or anything in the likes of being rude, then you're not alone. And here's a little education about people who are usually quiet. My only hope for making this video is that we can all understand each other and learn to live in ways that we appreciate how we complement each other. This is not to say to use your introversion as a way to be rude or dismissive. People can tell when you're actually being rude or you're being disconnected on purpose. So this is not a video to encourage that, but this is a video for others who probably do not understand what goes on in the minds of people who are usually quiet, and to know that usually it's not about when something is wrong with them. And I also feel like people want to know genuinely. There are people who want to know because they feel like they want to be there for someone if they are probably suffering quietly, and that is also a different case. But generally, here's a little education on why I am personally quiet, and hopefully it relates to other people who are usually quiet or introverts in general. While everyone is hopping on the topic, I reflect and calculate my response. Well, as a person who feels deeply, I am very calculative with my responses because I am usually considering the other person's feelings, their moods, their current situations, and it will take time for me to get more engaged in whatever thing or whatever conversation is being thrown at me. And it doesn't mean like I don't want to respond or I'm just trying to get away from the question or the conversation, but it's just because I am trying to respond properly, probably putting my feet in those shoes or trying to fit my feet in those shoes and feel exactly what and where that person is coming from or the conversation is heading to before I respond. Being quiet does not mean I'm offended or angry. Sometimes I get so soaked in doing something like writing and I have my AirPods in. It looks like I am disconnected and dissociating myself on purpose so that I can avoid the others whilst they are having their conversations, and it's absolutely not true. It's not because I'm angry with anybody in that group, it's because I'm so soaked in what I'm doing and I have an expected end. Probably I'm not even understanding what I'm reading and I'm trying so hard to get that understanding before I leave it, because my type of person is quite hooked on when something is not complete for me and I really need to get it complete in order to understand what it is, and eventually I can keep that knowledge for myself. Or maybe it is for a personal project or something, and because we are not talking about it doesn't mean that we don't want to engage ourselves in other conversations or activities. Quiet means I am listening and aligning so I can understand deeply. Well, for what is worth, I hope that we can all appreciate people who are quiet are usually very good listeners. And when in a world where there are some people who truly appreciate people chipping in all the time, sometimes cutting you off at a certain time may not be ideal for you. But introverts or quiet people are very good listeners, where they are understanding every bit of what you're saying, paying attention, and knowing the times to chip in or the times to say something, because they're analyzing your mood, they are looking at your poise, they are looking or listening to your tone, and they're trying to figure out how best they can respond in order to make you feel or get whatever you're trying to get out of the conversation you're having with them. Probably you need advice, you need comfort, you need a good listener to just listen to you for once. In the silence, I understand and sort my deep feelings. As introverts, we have so many conflicting feelings. Like, we can sit and there's a whole conversation in our head, so many narratives, a lot of things overlapping each other and making a whole turmoil or a whole whirlwind in our minds. Sometimes the only thing that can calm our minds is the quiet, because we need a chance to sort things out. So maybe I'm spacing out, but it's not because I had a very shitty day or I had a very bad day. It's because I'm trying to put together a few things that are scattered in my brain, because mostly if we don't put those things together, it will be hard to move on, and we get so overwhelmed that a lot of things feel too difficult for us to do. Silence is not awkward, it's where I catch my breath. During conversations, the pauses are not awkward. It's just a little time for me to put my thoughts together and come back with a better response. Maybe or may sound awkward to others, and they may even feel or make you they may make you feel the awkwardness of that moment, even though it's not awkward for you, but it is just a way to collect my thoughts and then give out or say things in a proper way. It's just a way to catch my breath and collect my thoughts and be able to share thoughtfully. When you encounter somebody that is usually quiet, please do not straight ahead assume. Quiet people's presence are like a whole level of peacefulness and quietness that you may need at a moment. And sometimes when everything is too chaotic and you sit beside someone who is quiet and trying to enjoy what they're doing or trying to be engaged in their own self and enjoy their alone time, maybe you need that kind of calmness or quietness or peacefulness, and that peacefulness reflects on you and you can have a little peace or calm in your chaos. I'm sorry if this video's flow is a little bit off. I was trying to connect with myself and also try to let you know in the perspective of a general sense, and not trying to really make this centered solely on me, so that we can all find it relatable, and I hope you did.